They say love can heal, but what happens when love turns into vengeance? When peace was Udoka's new song, a loving wife, a blessed home, a life he once prayed for. But what he never knew was that beneath the calm waters, something ancient was rising. From the depths of the ocean she returned. Viola, the mermaid who once gave him everything, her love, her power and wealth. And now, disguised as a human, she stands at his gate, watching him laugh with another woman. Her heart burns with betrayal, her tears shimmer with rage. "You promised me forever, Udoka," she whispers. "Now you will remember me, or drown trying to forget." But deep under the waves, another story unfolds. Emeka, lost and broken, prays for mercy in a kingdom not his own, unaware that his path will soon collide with a long-forgotten past. Two worlds, two hearts, one burning with revenge, the other crying for redemption. When love meets the wrath of the sea, no one escapes the tide. This is the story of Viola, the mermaid who returned to reclaim what was hers. Viola appeared at the entrance of Udoka's compound. She had disguised herself perfectly as a human, her shimmering tail now replaced with graceful legs. She wore a short gown of gold fabric, her hair glowing like wet silk under the sun. She carried a fine handbag and luggage. When she arrived, she froze. Before her eyes, Udoka drove in, came down from the car with his wife, Nora, freshly returning from church. Viola stood, rooted to the ground like a stone. Her lips trembled. Her hands shook slightly as she watched them, laughing, smiling, holding each other closely. Nora, with her soft smile, turned toward Udoka and said with laughter, "My husband, today's sermon touched my heart. Pastor said, 'Love with patience brings blessings.'" Udoka smiled. "Indeed, my beautiful wife. Love with patience brought you to me." They both laughed gently and entered the compound. Viola's eyes widened, her heart burned. But she didn't move. Tears of rage glistened at the corner of her eyes. "Udoka, my Udoka," she whispered painfully. "So this is how you pay me back, for the blessings I have given you. You have moved on, married another woman, and forgot Viola, the one who loved you even from the ocean depths." She clutched her fist, her voice trembling. "No, I won't let this stand. You promised me, Udoka. You said your heart belonged to me, even if the world turned upside down." Just then, a young man from the compound, Stanley, one of Udoka's servants, walked toward the gate. He saw her and asked, "Madam, who are you looking for?" Viola, with a fake smile. "I am looking for Udoka," she said softly. Stanley smiled innocently. "Master Udoka. He is inside with his wife. They just came back from church. Should I call him for you?" Her jaw tightened. Her eyes flickered darkly for a second. Then she forced a smile. "No, my dear. Don't worry. I will come back later." She turned away, clutching her bag tightly, her voice breaking. "So Udoka now has a wife, a human wife, but he once told me I was his breath. I will make him remember Viola. Then he will choose between me and that woman he called wife. Then his choice will decide his fate." She walked away slowly, back in the marine world. Emeka kept wandering through the deep blue silence of Riverna's outskirts. His breath grew weaker, his stomach rumbled with hunger, and his body trembled from exhaustion. The glowing corals that once looked beautiful now frightened him. Everything looked endless, cold, and strange. He finally stopped beside a cluster of seagrass and sat down on a smooth stone, clutching his chest. "Oh God, I am tired. How long will I keep walking like this? Will I ever see the human world again?" He buried his face in his palms. Then suddenly a soft, musical laugh echoed from behind him, gentle, curious, and pure, like the sound of running water. Emeka lifted his head. From the distance, a beautiful mermaid swam gracefully toward him. Her hair floated like golden threads in the current, her eyes sparkled like moonlight on water, and her tail shimmered with hues of green and violet. When she saw Emika clearly, she froze, her eyes wide in disbelief. "Oh my goodness," she gasped. "A human? Are you a real human?" She swam closer in excitement, circling him as if afraid he would disappear. Emika stood, startled but too weak to run. "Yes, I am a human," he said slowly. Her face lit up with wonder. "Wow! Oh my God, I have never seen a human before. Are you sure you can breathe down here? Because I heard humans cannot survive underwater." Emeka nodded, a bit puzzled himself. "I don't know how, but I can breathe. Maybe it's because of a mermaid called Viola. She's the one who brought me here. Maybe she did something that made me breathe underwater." The mermaid's eyes sparkled more brightly. "Viola? I have heard of her. The rich Viola, who lives near the western reefs. But wait, you look tired and exhausted. Follow me to my house. Let me give you food." She clapped her hands in excitement, her tail flicking playfully. "Please, come with me. My parents will be so happy to see a human. No one in our home has ever seen one before." Emeka froze. Viola's cruel face flashed in his memory, the pain, the chains, the fear. His heart pounded hard. He stepped back. "No, I don't want to go with you. I am sorry. I just want to find my way to the human world." The mermaid frowned slightly, her voice softening. "I understand, but I don't know the way that leads to human world. But please, let me help you. My home is not far. You can rest and eat something." Emeka's stomach growled loudly. He looked down in shame. He hadn't eaten for days. Still, he shook his head nervously. "No, I can't go with you. I don't trust mermaids anymore. Maybe Viola sent you. Maybe you want to imprison me again." The mermaid looked genuinely hurt. "No, I would never hurt you. My name is Naomi, daughter of the choral singer. I only wanted a friend, but if you don't want to come, it's okay." She turned slowly to leave, her tail flashing softly in the dim blue water. Emeka watched her swim away, her gentle figure fading among the corals. His heart tugged painfully. His hunger screamed louder than his fear. He sighed heavily. "Naomi, wait, please, wait," he called out. Naomi stopped and turned around with surprise. "I will follow you," Emeka said quietly. "I'm just tired and hungry. Maybe I can rest in your home before I continue my journey." Her face lit up instantly. "Oh, thank you. You won't regret it, I promise. My parents are kind. They will give you food and a place to rest." She swam back to him joyfully, holding out her hand. "Come, human friend." Emeka hesitated for a moment, then gently took her hand. Her touch was cold, smooth like glass. As they swam together through the coral valley, Naomi sang softly, her voice sweet and calming like a lullaby. For the first time in days, Emeka felt a strange peace inside him. He whispered under his breath, "Maybe not all mermaids are evil." The scene faded with soft music of flowing water and Naomi's gentle laughter echoing through the ocean corridor as they disappeared into the distance. The journey to Naomi's home was calm and silent. The deep sea shimmered in faint turquoise light as schools of glowing fish swam past them. Naomi led the way, her golden fins glistening under the waves like fireflies. Emeka followed. The weight of his hunger and the ache in his heart pressed upon him like stones. When they arrived, Naomi turned to him with a warm smile. "Please," she said gently, "this is my home. My parents are not around now, but they will soon return. You can rest here. I want them to see you, to see a real human." Emeka looked around in wonder. The walls of her home were made of smooth coral stones, decorated with shells that glowed faintly in the water. Naomi pulled out a seaweed-woven chair. "Sit," she said softly. Emeka sat down, his body trembling from exhaustion. Naomi went inside and returned with a plate of food. "Eat," she said with a kind smile. You must be hungry. Thank you, Emeka said weakly. His eyes glistened with gratitude. He ate slowly, every bite returning strength to his tired body. When he was done, he wiped his mouth and whispered, Naomi, may the gods of the waters bless you. I thought I would die today. Naomi chuckled softly, her cheeks glowing faintly. You speak like one who has suffered greatly, she said. Emeka looked down. I have seen pain that even the sea cannot wash away. Before Naomi could reply, a shadow loomed over the entrance. A tall, strong merman swam in, his scales sharp like blades, his eyes glowing a cold blue. His name was Darian, Naomi's beloved boyfriend. When he saw Emeka, he froze for a moment, then frowned deeply. His voice thundered through the water. Naomi, he said sharply, who is this human? What is he doing in your house? Naomi swam forward, startled by his tone. Darian, please, calm down. I was surprised to see a human wandering alone. He said he is lost, and I only brought him here to help him, to show him to my parents. You know, no human has ever come this deep before. It's not what you think. But Darian's eyes hardened like stone. You want to help him, or you are trying to cheat on me with this human? Naomi's eyes filled with tears. Darian, please, I just want to help him. But Darian swam closer to Emeka, his tail slicing the water like a blade. And you, he growled, his voice deep and echoing. Whoever you are, I don't care to know your story. Leave this place now, and never return. Emeka's heart pounded. He could feel the anger in Darian's words, like a wave crashing over him. He stood, trembling, his eyes darting between them. Naomi tried to speak, but Darian's glare silenced her. I didn't mean to cause trouble, Emeka stammered. I will leave. Without another word, he turned and swam away deeper into the dark waters, his breath shaky, his eyes filled with despair. Naomi called after him, Wait! Please, don't go! But he didn't turn back. He was too afraid of Darian. He swam blindly, his tears mixing with the salt of the sea. The glow of Naomi's home faded behind him, replaced by darkness and silence. His heart broke once more. All hope, he whispered, is lost again. Clutching his chest, cold water pressed against him, and he wept bitterly, the sound swallowed by the endless sea. He finally collapsed beside a great rock, gasping, God, I can't do this anymore. He wept. I thought hope came again, but it's gone. I thought I was free, but I'm still lost, still trapped in this strange world. Far beneath the waves, Emeka stumbled through the coral bushes, exhausted and lost. His once neat clothes were now torn, his skin pale from days without food. He had been wandering endlessly with no sense of direction, searching for a way home, searching for hope. Finally, his legs gave way. He fell to the ocean floor beside a coral bush and broke down in tears, crying, "Oh God of my fathers, how did I end up here? What kind of punishment is this? God of my ancestor, I have sinned. Please forgive me. I have learned my lesson. I am deeply sorry." He cried bitterly like a child. "Udoka, my friend, if I ever return alive, I will never envy you again. In fact, I will never envy anybody's fortune again, for I don't know the source of their blessings." He clasped his hands together and wept bitterly. His voice echoed through the deep waters. Suddenly, Viola's last words rang in his mind. "Emeka, or whatever you call yourself, you are free today because of Princess Serafina." He gasped suddenly and sat upright. "Princess Serafina, who is she? Where can I find her? Viola said it was because of her that she freed me." He looked around, confused, when a movement in the distance caught his attention, a tall figure swimming gracefully toward him. It was a hunter, a sea hunter of the coral forests. Emeka's heart skipped. He panicked and hid quickly behind a large coral tree. But the hunter had already seen him. The hunter stopped, looking astonished. "What in the seven seas? A human in our land?" He swam closer carefully, spear in hand, his eyes filled with curiosity rather than anger. "You there? Who are you, and how did you come to Seaborn Kingdom?" Emeka stepped out slowly, raising his hands in surrender. "Please don't harm me. I am not your enemy. I was kidnapped by a mermaid. Her name is Viola. She brought me to Riverna Kingdom, but she freed me days ago. I have been wandering without direction. I don't even know where I am anymore." The hunter's face softened. "You said Riverna Kingdom? You are far from there, my friend. You are in Seaborn Kingdom, not Riverna." Emeka's eyes widened in shock. "What? You mean I have left Riverna? I walked all this while out of the kingdom?" The hunter nodded. "Yes, and that is no small journey. From Riverna to Seaborn is many days of swim. You must have wandered through the coral valleys and drifted through the current of the eastern waters." Emeka gasped. "No wonder I have been weak and lost. Please help me. I have been walking for days with no food or direction." The hunter looked at him with pity. "I will help you, but first, you need rest. I will take you to my home, give you food and shelter, and when you are strong enough, I will help you find your way back to Riverna." Tears filled Emeka's eyes. "Please, I don't want to go back to Riverna. I want to go back to human world." But the hunter shook his head. "I don't know the road that lead to the human world," the hunter said. Emeka was disappointed, but suddenly he remembered the name Viola mentioned. Princess Serafina. The mermaid that chained me mentioned a name on the day she freed me. She said I am freed because of Princess Serafina. "Please, do you know any mermaid by that name?" "Yes, I do," the hunter replied. "Serafina is the princess of Riverna Kingdom. I will take you to her, but not now. Follow me to my hut. My wife prepared a delicious meal. After eating, you will have some rest. Then I will take you to Serafina." Emeka was happy and grateful. Thank you so much." The hunter smiled. "Come, my name is Zuberi, a great hunter in Seaborn. Follow me." Together they swam through the luminous forest until they arrived at a beautiful coral hut glowing with shells and sea flowers. Inside, a gentle mermaid was arranging baskets of seaweed, Zuberi's wife, Celine. As soon as Celine looked up, her hands froze, her eyes widened, her jaw dropped. "Emeka," she whispered. Emeka blinked rapidly, tears immediately welling in his eyes. "Celine, is this really you?" Zuberi looked between them, puzzled. Wait, you two know each other?" Celine covered her mouth, trembling. "Yes, he is my brother, the one I told you about many years ago." Zuberi's eyes widened in disbelief. "Your brother?" Emeka's voice broke. "Yes, she is my sister, but we lost her many years ago. On that fateful Saturday morning, I was sitting with my sister and our mother in front of our house. We have lost our father when we're little. We were talking and laughing as a family on that fateful day when Chizzy and Lizzie entered our compound. They were Celine's friends. They wanted my sister to join them to the village river for swimming. I tried to stop my sister from going because I knew she was not good in swimming. But my mother shouted at me and allowed Celine to follow her friends. That day changed our lives. You never returned from the river. Your friends came home crying, saying you drowned, and the river swallowed you. We searched the river for days for your body, but found nothing. Our mother cried until she couldn't cry anymore. She died a few months later from heartbreak. I was left alone. I cried, I suffered, and I struggled to survive until I met one man who helped me and introduced me to palm oil and cattle business. Tears streamed down his face. He fell to his knees, sobbing uncontrollably. Celine covered her mouth in shock, tears flowing down her cheeks. "Oh, my brother, I had no idea. The river pulled me deep that day, but I woke up here, in this world beneath the sea. Zuberi found me and took me to a healer. I thought I would never see the human world again. Zuberi watched silently, moved by their reunion. He placed a gentle hand on Emeka's shoulder. "Brother-in-law, you are safe here. Rest tonight. Tomorrow we will find the safest current back to Riverna. From there, the princess herself may help you return home." Emeka looked at him gratefully. "Thank you, Zuberi. May the spirits of the sea bless you for reuniting me with my sister." Celine hugged him tightly, sobbing softly. "After all these years, my own brother." "But brother, how did you come to Seaborn?" she asked anxiously. "My sister, it's a long story. I have sinned against heaven, the earth, and the sea. I allowed envy took over me. Because my friend Udoka became rich all of a sudden. I began to envy him, as if that wasn't enough. I tried to poison him, and what happened next made me to be here today. It's a long story." Celine listened with surprise. "But sister, how come you have a real tail? Where are your legs?" Emeka asked. "My brother, it's a long story, I will tell you, but you have to eat first and rest," she replied. The waves outside whispered softly, as if the ocean itself was listening. Back in the human world, Viola rented a small hut near the riverside. The night was calm, but her heart was a storm. She paced around the room, her eyes wild with fury. "Udoka, so you replaced me already? After everything I did for you? After the power, the beauty, the love I showed you? After the wealth I have given you?" She slammed her hand against the wooden wall. Sparks of blue light flickered briefly around her fingers, the remnants of her sea magic. "No, Udoka, you will suffer. I am coming for you. Watch out for the next episode. Two hearts on different paths, one consumed by jealousy and longing for revenge, the other haunted by regret and destiny. The next part will reveal what Viola does next when she confronts Udoka, and what fate awaits Emeka when he finally reached Riverna Kingdom to see Serafina with his sister by his side.